Let's dive right in. So, welcome everyone. I'm glad we are a relatively small group here. I would love to hear from you a little bit as well as we go um, in this as we go, yeah? Because I would love to hear your places, where you're at. So yeah, whoever wants to share a little bit about their journey later, you are really welcome. So today I wanted to talk about the journey, the journey of of playing the guitar, of going step step after step into the realms of music and what is waiting for us there. I wanted to talk about many aspects of this of that this journey might have and give an overview picture and a lot of tips and a lot of advice and a lot of perhaps to help you to kind of um, clear your mind about many things. So today is not about a specific technique or learning a specific song, or it's more about giving you an overview uh, and a good idea of what it is to start this journey. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Maybe some of you are already playing the guitar. Some of you are just getting ready to start, finding wanting to start. I'm curious again to hear more specifically from you where you're at and what is the questions that you are facing. What is bubbling inside you when you are thinking about this topic. But I want to start with with a little bit of structures and ideas. Maybe it will feel a little bit mental. I don't know, but it's it is what it will be what it will be. So first of all, I want to talk about your drive. Why do you want to play the guitar? This is a question that you should really ask yourself, because you want to find your drive. You want to find the engine that is going to help you to move, yeah, to move forward, and to take steps forward. And perhaps, I mean, not perhaps, for sure, for everyone, music is something, yeah, it's out, it's 99% of the time it's outside of our comfort zone to step into it, or to be courageous and to show up with our musicality. Yeah, it's out of the comfort zone of everyone. Okay, unless only children are totally, free there, that I've seen. Okay, so you want to know what is driving you, what is giving you the energy, the power, the the motivation to step into it and to meet whatever you're going to meet. So ask yourself, why do I want this? And there could be so many reasons, and all the reasons are good, by the way. Like, there is no right reasons or wrong reasons. I can share with you, perhaps for me, there were a few points in which I had to ask myself this question, and not only after I had an answer, I got the drive, I got the motivation to continue. Um, so I consider myself very lucky in the sense that I started to learn music very young, and then actually I had not in the beginning, I had some drive because it was fun and exciting and new when I was a child, and it came natural to want to play music and to do it and then it got challenging, and as a kid I didn't have much drive, to be honest. So I was a very bad student. No, I was not like, I was only thanks to my parents that I did manage to hold some kind of structure there and to continue for a few years of learning how to play the flute, and then few years, 3 years of learning to play the guitar. Okay, but fast forward, when I was 20, 21, I was not the best musician. Not that there anyone is the best, yeah. Not that there is a best, but I was playing with my friends, and I really felt that I'm taking down the, like they are much better than me, and I'm making the level uh, lower. Yeah, I cannot keep up. Um, and that kind of started to give me a drive. Like, I looked at my friends and I was like, these are, they are really inspiring me. Like, I want to be able to play with them. Like, I when we are jamming, I want to feel more equal, more like, wow, I'm also, like, I'm also have uh, the freedom to move around here, to play, to express myself. And a few years later, again, this kind of feeling of like, okay, I want to be a musician. This is something that I want to do in this life. I don't want to do other things so much as I want to make music, play music, do things that are related to music. And again, I got a lot more motivation. And why do I need motivation? Because I'm constantly facing challenges. I'm constantly trying to grow beyond the limits of what I am now. So where you are now is maybe started playing the guitar 6 months ago, or started playing the guitar 1 week ago, or want to play the guitar in a few weeks, to start now, to start these days, to start in January, to start next year, to something. Um, but from where you are now to the next, let's say, the next level, you need some amount of motivation in order to get there. So, what is your why? What is your drive? Um, and then it's really important. And by the way, I would really love to hear your why. If you want to put it into the chat, even right now, just write in one sentence. Like, I really want to know who is here, and like it's a beautiful variety of reasons. And by the way, I also have many more reasons. It was just like a little bit what came at the top of my head of like what was the drive for me. There is still many more things continuing to be born in terms of what drives me. Luis, thank you. I want to play guitar to express what I feel as a creative. Beautiful. Yeah. Uh, there is not really a why. It's an inner calling I have been neglecting for all my life, and now came the time to follow my heart and not ignore it anymore. Exactly. So it's something inside all of us that wants to express, wants to have a place in the world and in our life. It's I always say that music is for everyone and of everyone. Like, no one is a musician or another is not. Uh, I really see it as something that belongs to everyone, and everyone can take it into their hands. I was actually having this conversation with my sister a little while ago, and she said that it's too much what she's feeling inside to the outside. But my reasoning is to take myself feel safe and connected, to share that with other people. Beautiful. I finally got the courage to start singing and would like to accompany it with a guitar and to add in my circles. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you for sharing. I will read everything again afterwards, but I'm gonna stop reading in English now in front of all of you because it's not it's not anyway. So thank you for sharing your why, and the drive is there to find it. Okay, you're gonna need motivation. That's for sure. Um, then after we kind of gave that a little bit of thought, and we have a clear idea of why we want to do this and what is motivating us, we need to find a method. We need to find a way in which we can kind of advance. Yeah, like if you want to climb a mountain, you need to decide which angle you are going to do it from, like what path you are going to take and start to climb, no? So let's talk about methods a little bit. Or even before that, inside the drive and the why, it's also kind of important to understand, or it can help you a lot to understand what is it that you want to play. Yeah, like what reference do you have of something that you want to sound like? For example, not that you are going to sound like something and not that you are going to copy, but that like what is inspiring you? You want to play reggae songs? Do you want to play kirtan songs? Do you want to play classical music? Do you want to play flamenco? Do you play medicine music? Do you play your own original songs and you have no idea what genre or what? But what's the direction? Yeah, because one of the methods that exists today that to learn many things is to write into the internet, into YouTube especially, how to dot dot dot. This is a method. I used it many times in the last few years. And I was able to get amazing results because I knew exactly what I want. I knew that I want to practice a specific technique of, especially I had this with flamenco because I started to learn flamenco music and I wanted some more inputs on a specific technique. I went into YouTube, I typed the name of the technique. It was picado or something else, tremulo, and I got a lot of really good material from experts for free in a matter of seconds, right? I just had to like identify what is a good video for me to learn from, and I tried a few, and maybe then I clicked with one of the videos, and I got really good practice out of it. Yeah, so this is one method that exists today. The main thing there is that you can really get lost between inside of the infinite amount of things that are there, and you have to be really you need to account for yourself. You really need to be there for yourself to make sure that you are doing something to progress. So yeah, it's very useful for some people, but for some not so much. So YouTube is one way, is a method. Another way that exists that is good is to find a course to guide you through. So for example, I wanted to learn to play flamenco on the guitar. It's something that I've been wanting for a long time. Like in my childhood, I studied a little bit of Spanish music. So I have like I had a taste of it, and I really wanted to find a way that I can learn flamenco. And I found this teacher, this guy from Spain that created a course, like incredible course, and that cost a lot, a lot, a lot. And like I had a call with him, and he told me everything that is there, and I said, okay, like this is going to allow me to take myself there. So I'm really at a place now that I know what I want, and it's kind of specific for me, so I know how to get it from the internet, or in this case from this guy from Spain that recorded himself like 40 hours of video, him teaching everything from A to Z about flamenco for beginners. Okay, so these things are also possible for those of you that are already playing the guitar and need a little bit more basic knowledge and basic understandings. This is the reason why I created the fundamentals course. Some of you know about it, but for those of you who don't know, it's a course that teaches fundamental techniques and fundamental music theory, everything that every musician needs to know and be aware of, whatever they are playing, doesn't matter what. But this is specifically for guitar, so it's teaching guitar techniques. Um, but yeah, I would say it's more for the people that are already playing and can understand, already understood that they are missing some fundamentals, some foundations. Um, so these are methods, yeah. You can find a local teacher living next to you that you can go and have the old-fashioned experience of going to your teacher and learning from them. Hopefully, if you can find somebody that you resonate with and that really like you have a good human connection with, that really helps, because you don't want to feel too technical about it. But you have to find a way in which you are going to move yourself forward. Yeah. Uh, and then there is something else important to talk about. And this is from my experience in the last few years of working one-on-one with people. I really see the importance of being very realistic with your expectations, and to have focus, to have a focused focus, if that makes sense, rather than to try all the time and not really succeed. So what does that mean? The first thing about being realistic is yeah, it's connected to your why also. Like, why do you want this? Is it something that you are doing for yourself, that you want to take as a long-term process of doing this as a therapy for yourself? Then your expectation from yourself also can be that this is a long process. I don't have to go from A to Z in 1 year or 2 years. Like, I'll take my time and I will enjoy the process. Yeah, so maybe your expectation from yourself can be that you are practicing, let's say, half an hour every week, or every 2 weeks. I don't know. Um, but if you come and you have seen, it's because I've seen people like that have a mismatch between what they want, where they want to be, and how much they are actually able to put in the effort. So I see a lot of times like a mismatch that leads to frustration, to like negative thinking of like, oh, I'm like, it's either negative thinking about myself, ah, I'm not putting in the work, I'm not practicing, or I'm not getting any results, I'm not, it's not for me, I'm not talented, all these kind of things. And I want to tell you, all of you, my friends, negative thoughts about yourself or about your process is so negative for your process. I tell you honestly, like from experience, from my own experience with myself and with other people. You want to be very, very positive about your process and about the effort that you are putting and about how you are showing up. And you want to aim for something that's realistic. And you don't need to get 100% what you aimed for. Yeah. I aim for the next 6 months to be able to practice 3 times a week, half an hour every time. Okay, in the end, I after these 6 months, I got 80% of what I aimed for. Amazing! It's a cause for celebration. Amazing, 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 amazing. To do 80% or 70% of what your expectation was from yourself is great. I don't say don't try to put the 100%. Try if you are the kind of person that can put a lot of effort and can say, I'm gonna do this, and you do this. Amazing. You are fucking amazing. You can do everything. Like, you can achieve everything that you want. But also, who is saying, I'm going to do this, and they shoot for it, you aim for it, and you get somewhere close to that, you can also do everything. So always remember, try to maintain a positive attitude for your process, because it can be not so easy. It can be not simple on the way. Like many moments can feel challenging. So try to be realistic with yourself. Usually, when I work with new students, I ask them to tell me to take the time to take a day or two or until our next meeting to think about what is realistic for them in terms of how many times a week they are going to practice and for how long. Like that's a question that I always want people to ask themselves and to aim for something, that you have some kind of point of reference, that you try to account for what you are saying that you're going to do, because that's really going to support you in getting the results that you want, right? Nobody wants to take lessons or to take a course and not to get any results. Any questions about this topic or what we spoke before? Anybody want to share how they relate to everything that I'm saying? Okay. So we talked about being realistic and having a focus. To have a focus. To have focus, it means that you decide that, let's say, in this period, this season, I'm going to invest more time in practicing, and to have your focus directed into those weeks, those months, um, and to get the best out of it. We don't need to practice all year long, 12 month a year. We don't need. It's fine. We are not aiming to be at the Philharmonic of New York. We are, most of us, I believe, want to enjoy. Like, that's the main thing. We want to enjoy this beautiful gift of music. We want to connect with ourselves and others through this medium, through this magic, and we want to feel good, right? We want to express creatively, we want to enjoy. So none of us need to push ourselves into crazy amounts of efforts, but you want to be focused. So for example, if I recognize in my life, in my calendar, that November, December, January, like this month of winter or whatever, the beginning of the winter and the winter, these are good months for me to dive in deep and to put a lot of energy and focus. Then I go and I do that for 2 months, for 3 months, and then the rest, and then I can release a little bit the pressure, yeah, and just to see what happened, just to um, process, just to integrate what you have learned, yeah. That's also something that I saw that works really, really well for me. My experience. I go in deep, I put a lot of energy for 3 months, and then I just kind of release a little bit the pressure of having to practice, and I go into my just day-to-day playing whenever I want, whenever I feel like. And I see a lot of things that are coming, that are integrating into my day-to-day, into the way that I'm playing. For some of you that are in the very, very beginning of the process, then it's still the same. You want to put a lot of effort and focus, and then continue with. So it's okay. So to explain what I want to say, I need to share with you something from the way that I work with myself and with people. Part of my method is using kind of an analogy of ninja and artist. So I have inside of me, I have my inner ninja, which is my Shiva also, which is the masculine uh, aspect that is doing, and focused on something that I'm aiming for. And I have my artist, which is the feminine side, the creative, the one full of inspiration, the healer, and the yeah, the artist. So when I say focus and I say putting in the work, practicing, usually I mean working like a ninja. Because what do we need to develop as guitar players or as musicians? We need to develop technique, my friends. The main thing that we need to have in order to be able to express ourselves musically is technique and understanding of what it is that we are playing with, yeah, understanding of music as a language, music as a creative force, as a field, as energy. um, so when I say putting in the work for 2-3 months, I mean practicing like a ninja, which is, if you come work with me, you will understand what do I mean. But it's those exercises um, that are made to make our muscles write new codes. Yeah, we need to code our muscles in different ways that we haven't been doing before, with different activities that we are doing with our hands. Yeah, all of our hands are doing incredible things, but to play the guitar or to play a flute or to play a drum, you need new coding. So goodbye, darling, thank you for letting me know. um, so um, where was I? So we are coding new things into our hands. So we need a lot of repetition and a lot of ninja work, technical practice, in order to put in those codes. In a moment, maybe I will show you something that is very ninja-like on the guitar that you can take into your next days or next weeks, next month to practice. All right, so this issue of putting your focus where where it's going to matter a lot is very important. So doing the exercises that really create new connections and new muscle memory is going to yeah, push you forward the most. And then you release and you go into exploration and playing with the artist, yeah, with the creative feminine force. Okay, so not 12 months a year. We need to be like I'm practicing. No, it's good if we can do it for 2 or 3 periods of time every year. It can be 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, depending on you, on what is your why, what is your drive, where you're at. Some of you have guitars with them? Oh, amazing. Amazing. So I'd like to share an exercise with you. This is one that I really, really like. It's an exercise that served me a lot, a lot, a lot. I'm eating the fruits of this exercise every time that I pick up the guitar, every time that I play with people, every time that I perform. I'm enjoying the fruits of this exercise that I put in the work, and I got a lot from. And I will show you exactly what it is. So I'm speaking about a very simple. This is what we call finger picking. So this use of the right hand. In the guitar we have we have our right hand and our left hand, and they do very different things. They work together, but they're doing very different things. So the right hand is either picking the strings or strumming them, and the left hand is in charge of the chords that we're playing or the notes. But with the left hand, I'm pressing on the strings with the tips of my fingers, and the right hand is the hand that is picking the strings or strumming them. So it's very different techniques. We need to learn the different techniques for the right hand and the different techniques for the left hand, and we need to learn to combine them. So with the right hand, we are doing this thing called finger picking, and there is this very simple pattern that goes like this. In a minute I will show more slowly, and I will explain. The exercise that we're going to do is supposed to help you go faster and faster and faster in this finger picking until you can get to play very fast. And now even before it's very fast, it's a very useful technique. You can play a lot of songs like this, but if practiced correctly with focus and the right things in mind, the right focus inside you, the right awareness, you can get to a fast speed. Okay, it can get very, very fast, but it's still the same pattern. So what is the pattern? Thumb, finger number 1, finger number 2, finger number 3. Thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger. And usually we are going to play the thumb on one of the bass notes, on one of the lower strings. It's kind of funny, but this string is the lowest string, yeah, because it has the lowest sound. So I would say this is the low E and this is the high E. Okay, so it's kind of confusing because it feels different, but this is the low. So with the, and this is number 6. We have number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So thumb is playing string number 6, index finger playing string number 3, middle finger 2, ring finger 1. It's very simple. Okay, if you are first time holding a guitar, maybe then it's not simple. But if you are already playing, it's a very simple thing what I'm showing. Very basic, fundamental. But the thing here is to really get to do the technique properly, to do the technique right. Because if you are doing it right, you can speed up a lot and you can get to a very fast way of doing it. So let's just begin by repeating this pattern, okay, in a loop, and I will then share a little bit about what to emphasize your awareness on. So 3, 2, 1, thumb, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Feel free to look at your hand for the moment if you need to. If it's easy for you, you can go faster, you can start to experiment. Very soon I will explain how we are going to go faster and faster and faster in this technique. Okay, I'm exhaling the speed a little bit. So you can see I'm playing in a loop, kind of creating an ongoing sound. This is already like something that you can sing on top of. Somebody else can play another instrument. Yeah, this is already like a harmony happening here. Okay, and this is, I'm not even doing yet anything with my left hand, but it's already like music. So what do you need to really be aware of in order to be able to play faster in this technique? So first thing, the movement of the thumb has to become automatically in constant motion. As you play the string, you want to immediately bring the finger back up to the position that you started from to play again. So it's a circular, it's a small circle that you have to do with your thumb. So this is a way of practicing that and getting that first. I always like to disconnect different pieces that we have to practice them separately, to focus, and then to kind of connect the pieces of the puzzle. So this is thing number 1 that you have to notice, that you are able to move your thumb in a circular motion, and you don't need to think about it. Eventually you don't need to look at it, you don't need to think about it, you can just do it, and faster as well. So once you got into the flow, you go and you challenge yourself to do it faster. Okay, you get to some degree of speed, and then you can move on to the second thing, which is these 3 fingers. So these 3 fingers have to move from this position, from like a kind of natural, neutral arch of the fingers, inwards and back up. So not to flex our fingers. This is really contradicting to the point of playing fast, because if you have to do this is a long journey for the fingers to move. It's a lot of movement. So we want to be here and only inward. So you can rest your thumb here and practice just this for a moment. with yourself afterwards. And then you want to connect all the pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because the thumb is doing small continuous movements, I can really speed up, because the thumb is initiating all the time the speeding up of the loop. Yeah, because this is doing the one, this is the first, so it's every time the first one is going and starting faster, the whole thing is happening faster. Now, if you are familiar with a metronome, this is a great tool to use if you want to practice technique and gain more speed. So the metronome will give you the beat, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and you will play to the beat. And then you can ask the metronome to go faster, and this way you stretch your capacity slowly. Very important to do everything very slowly and give time for every level, for every step. But slowly you can stretch your capacity to play faster and faster until you get to a speed that is different. Like it creates a different effect when you are playing fast. Okay, it sounds a lot different than. But this is the slow version of this. Also great. You are going to use it all. It's all going to be very beneficial, because you can play songs with this. You don't need much more than this in your right hand in order to play a song, for example. I actually have more that I could say about this technique and more to show you, but I actually, I want to hear you. I really want to know where, or I mean, I want to hear you, but if people don't want to share, that's also okay. But I would really love if there's any questions or anything that can be beneficial for everyone to hear, something that you want me to talk about.
Natan.
Yes.
Hi there. Thank you for this.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you, which is I've played flamenco years ago, um, and I think when I'm creatively expressing, I get frustrated that it takes so long to hear something that sounds good to the ear. How long do you think it will take to get to a place working with you where I feel confident that actually I can progress even without direct, lessons, but through my practice, I can really start to feel good about what's coming from what I'm playing.
Yeah. So it's mainly a question of first of all, where you are at right now, of course, but everything is relative. Like we can very quickly get to a place where we are playing something that's really pleasant. Often I like to take People that come to me for the very first lesson and they are beginners, and I will teach them this right hand technique, and we will play it really, really slow. But then I will show after some time where they are feeling more relaxed here and comfortable to continue this, I will ask them to bring the left hand and I will guide them to place a finger somewhere like here. And then here. Okay, so we can immediately do something that sounds good.
Mm.
Question is, what is your availability to practice? Because um, I can make a lot of difference, but it's you who has to put in the time to practice. So I can show what to practice. I can guide um, into the right things. I'm creating constantly different approaches and different like multi steps processes for my students to get from where they are to where they want to be. I will hear where I will see where they are. I will hear from them where they want to go, or let's say they want to play this song, and I see where they are at. I see that there is a process that they need to go through. So I will create a process, the multi steps process to get somewhere. So the question is how much time you have and how much motivation you have to practice. Then what is it that you are aiming for? Where you do you want to go? You brought the example of flamenco. Flamenco is really it's difficult, you see, because flamenco is really like it's tough, man. It's not an easy genre. It takes more dedication than I'll say playing some songs or playing a simple classic piece. But even classic simple flamenco stuff is doable, and I've seen some of my students learning very quickly some of the flamenco techniques like tremulo. For anyone that wants to try the tremulo, not that I'm an expert in the tremulo, I'm a student of flamenco music as well, but for anybody that wants to try, it goes like this. These three fingers are on the first string, and the thumb is here for now, just for this example. You play the thumb and then you play ring finger, middle finger, index finger, all on the same string. Some flamencos technique are easier than others. This one is relatively an easy one. There is one that took me literally a year, maybe, but not a year overall. Yeah, not that I was concentrated for 1 year, but I was maybe concentrated for 1 month. But this month took a year to learn to do this. Okay, really took a lot of figuring out, a lot of awareness. I find that everything with music has to do with awareness. You really need to see your programs and what new programs you want to install and how to install them. It's a very interesting process. Yeah. Any other? I hope it answers your question, Luis, it was
No,
hard to put
listen.
a specific timeline on it.
I understand. I think it's also I'm recognizing how do I learn, what is my way of learning? And I know that if I can learn a little piece of music that sounds good, I'm going to practice as much as, more than if I hear something that's clunky or bad finger work and I get frustrated and I give up. So I think that's my particular way, and I'm just recognizing it through this conversation that would be my approach. Something that feels special, magical, or
Inspires you.
good for me, inspires me, and motivates me.
Yes, that's connected to what we talked about in the beginning. What is your motivation? Why you want to, and what is your reference point? Like, what do you want to sound like? Or what is kind of inspiring your artist to come out? Anything? Thank you. Anything else from anyone? All right.
Done.
Yeah.
I have
Yes,
Oh, wait.
okay.
A-
I
Abigail,
have a
and
really
then you can.
quick question that's
Yeah.
been it's like a basic question that I'm not sure because I heard different things also about like how to actually like hold the guitar like this is acoustic guitar but like Spanish guitars I understand need to be held like in a certain way and how much of that is really important if you're doing not Spanish music. That's the one question. And another question is about the left hand that's holding the neck, so like where my thumb would be, this is really small, this is acoustic guitar, but
Mhm.
like where it would be, like if like I heard that it needs to be kind of lowered up so you're like, you know what I mean, so it kind of, and
Yeah.
there's chords that are like played that you have to add actually like a bass like here, like, so
Yes. Uh, well, okay. I will. It's all connected. All connected. So everything that you just asked is really connected. It's about like how we position our body. For me, it's like what posture of the body gives me optimal um, results from the body or optimal um, function. So you can see me sometimes lying on my back on the sofa playing like this, but it's okay, like I can do it's fine, but it's not. Let's say if I'm going to now challenge myself to play something a little bit more difficult, then that's not an optimal way of positioning myself. So for me, specifically for me personally, the optimal way of positioning myself is with this part of the guitar on my right thigh like this, and the
mhm.
guitar going in 45 degrees up here. Why it is comfortable for me? First of all, it's close to my face. It's also have to do with my body, how my
Yeah.
body is, yeah. But for me, it helps me to have a straight back, which is important because if your back is hatched like this, you can cause damage to your back. You can cause pain if you sit like this for 2 hours. You are going to feel it. So for me, it's very important that I get myself used to sitting in a way that will support my back for the long term. Also, we're not talking about doing this for 1 month and stopping. We're talking about doing this for the rest of our lives. So a good habit for when we are practicing. And then when we are, I don't know, when you are sitting in a circle for a few hours or all night long, you will find yourself sitting in different positions usually. But to have a main habit that is good. So for me, this is good because the back is straight. The 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 how you say
Wrist.
the wrist. Thank you. The wrist is straight, and I'm not bending it. It's important to not bend the wrist in either one of the hands because this can also create pain and yeah, a lot of stress on the wrists. So for me, this position where my elbow is almost underneath my wrist in one line, most people play like this. Then the elbow is in the back. Then very often you see things like this start to happen. So this is how I hold the guitar. It's a Spanish guitar. Acoustic guitar, they are bigger. Some people also are smaller than me, so it doesn't make sense for them to hold like this. So they need to find another position. But just keep this thing in mind of like your back wants to be straight and your wrists don't want to be bent all the time too much. So I recommend like putting this, you can put this leg here and then you can play like this, or you can even put something for the leg that the guitar will be higher. About the thumb, yes, the optimal position for the thumb is this more or less, because why? Doesn't matter if it's down here or here, like whatever is comfortable for you. Why? Because this gives you like a very good axis point for everywhere on the guitar. Well, if you are like this, which many people are, then your guitar is stuck. Your hand is stuck here. You can
Mm-hmm.
feel it. Like if you are grabbing. The point is, we are not holding the guitar with our hands. The guitar, look at me, is holding it. I'm holding it with my arm here, and it's resting on my leg. Okay, so this is how I hold the guitar. I don't grab it with my hands. So you don't grab it here because it's going to limit you a lot. You put the thumb here as an axis point, and then you can move around a lot more easily. There are some people that use the thumb here to play certain things. I don't think it's not a must. For sure, it's not a must. You can play everything in other ways,
Mm-hmm.
but it's useful and it's nice. So if you
Mm-hmm.
learn it, it's great. But just keep in mind that if you get used to just doing this all the time, it's going to limit. It's limiting you in some way.
Thank you.
Welcome, Bernardo. You wanted to ask something?
Yes, yes. Hi, Nathan. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Um, hi. If I played the guitar 2 years ago, and the drums, I do some healing. Uh, but I like to study more of guitar. I like Stas Stone. I don't. It's Stas Stone. I like it's a good reference to me.
Mm-hmm.
But also I like música criolla, guitarra criolla.
Uh-huh.
It's from Peru and flamenco. What can I study to, because I don't study much. I take some class particulars and also me and the guitar and video of internet. What do you ¿qué me sugieres? What do you suggest me? I don't.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So I only know the first reference you shared. Yeah, the Estaston, and so um
Yes.
to what he's doing is kind of in the direction of flamenco.
Mm.
It's like with the spices of flamenco. Yeah. So what you have to learn, he is doing a lot of right hand strumming stuff that come from flamenco. Yeah, like all of these. So this is strumming techniques. You can, if you want to look in YouTube, some flamenco strumming techniques or Spanish guitar strumming styles. Um, I can teach you what I know, which is a few techniques the techniques that I'm using. Now, what else is the chords that he's using? Open tuning. These kind of things, and then occasionally so this is all requires other techniques as well. So I mean, Stas is a very skilled guitarist, no? So
Yeah.
obviously, if you want to play like him or he's your reference point, there is a lot to cover. Yeah,
Yes.
but this is like the direction. You will have to learn some right hand techniques of strumming mainly, and some new shapes of chords that are kind of out of the normal box of the usual A minor, G, F, C, like here, he's more like up and down the neck using the open chords, open.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I
Thank you very
can.
much.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're welcome. You're welcome, brother.
Thank you.
So, yeah, if there is anyone else, I'm happy to stay a few minutes more. If there is anyone else with a question.
Well, hi everyone. Hi,
Hi.
Nate. I would just like to know regarding this program that you are launching in January, because it's for beginners, right? And I'm a very beginner. I started playing, but like I'm self-teaching myself everything. Um, but I feel like there is the baseline missing, and so I consider myself as a total newbie. And I'm just interested, like, in the pace of this program in January. Like, I'm very invested in practicing every day and taking time to practice every day, 1 hour, 1.5 hour, whatever needs to be done, because I really want to follow this inner calling. But my little issue is always like the pressure. So I see you guys all like into flamenco, and I'm like, oh my god. So that's my pressure, and I just want to know, like, this program, how it's paced, and yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Um, so yes, the program is for 100% beginners, and the for me, what I'm aiming for in this program is that in 3 months, whoever is going to take the program will be able to play a few songs. So, not at all directed into like a specific genre, let's say, not flamenco for sure. A few songs, a few basic songs. My idea is that you are able to play something that's beautiful, that you think is beautiful, a song that you are touched by, that you are inspired by, that you can see it for yourself or with some friends and play and enjoy. So we are talking basic level of playing the right hand, some finger picking, something like I showed you right now, or some other forms, and basic chords in the left hand to accompany the song. Um, so I see it as something very simple, only simple in the sense that we are arriving into simplicity, and that's already a lot. You know what I mean? Like not looking for like something extravagant, just something really the simplicity is magic for me. Okay, I am invested in trying new techniques that are more that are challenging myself. Like I really enjoy this part, but I also really really love the simplicity. And what is really important for me is that everyone can start from being a total beginner and arrive into that field of like we're all just simply enjoying to play music. Okay, so yes, the program is 3 months, which is, for me it was like, this could be done also maybe in 1.5 months, in half of the time, maybe in 1 month, but it would be really intense. It would be asking really a lot of everyone, and it's so easy that somebody will not have enough time to practice, and then what they will miss the point. They will not succeed. So also it's important for me that I'm asking everyone that are joining to understand the commitment of practicing at least an hour and a half every week, not every day. Because I think with an hour and a half weekly, not that you sit one time for an hour and a half, that you sit like 15 minutes or 30 minutes 3 times, or 15 minutes 6 times. So yeah, you can definitely do it. The ask is not too much, and I think this is going to be enough for everyone to really succeed in playing something in 3 months. So I hope this answers your question.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, I see that people have to leave slowly. Thank you all so much. If you have still some questions, please reach out to me in private. I would love to hear from everyone here. Let's finish the recording. Thank you so much.